Welcome to the 2016 Trinity St David's Students' Union election results. My name is Rhys Dart. I'm the Chief Executive of the Students' Union and the Deputy Returning Officer in this election. Before I read the results, I would like to congratulate all of the candidates who stood in this election. It takes great courage to stand up in front of others and promote yourselves and your ideas, and all of you should be applauded. You can also be proud that this has been a record year for voter turnout, with 1,093 students voting, an increase of 314 or a 40% increase on last year. Well done to each of you for your efforts and energy. We have 16 positions available in this election, so as not to make this video too long or too boring, I'm going to start by announcing that all of the candidates standing unopposed have been elected. So congratulations go to Anya O'Callaghan, who is the Student Trustee for Carmarthen, Laura Wiggins, elected as Women's Liberation Officer Swansea, Simon Downs, the new Postgraduate and Mature Students Officer Swansea, Lewis Allen, LGBT Plus Officer Lampeter, Jason Spencer, the new Cultural Diversity Officer for Lampeter, Kelly Sutton, International Officer Carmarthen, Jasmine Crane, elected to the position of Women's Liberation Officer Carmarthen, Train, the Students with Disabilities Officer Carmarthen, Katie King, the new LGBT Plus Officer Carmarthen, and to Toby Lewis and Stephanie Turner, elected to be our representatives at NUS Conference. For those interested, the full breakdown of votes in each election will be published on our website tomorrow. Moving on to the contested positions, in the election of International Officer for Lampeter, there were 3 candidates. There were 315 valid votes, making the quota for election 158. In the first round, reopened nominations polled 20, Courtney Jones received 114, and Victoria Bowder polled 181. So congratulations to Victoria, who is duly elected as International Officer for Lampeter. In the election of Students with Disabilities Officer Lampeter, there were 4 candidates. There were 331 valid votes, making the quota for election 166. In the first round, reopened nominations polled 24, Margaret Gallagher polled 73, Kerris Broad polled 85, and Emily Goddard polled 149. No candidate reached the quota in the first round, so reopened nominations was eliminated as the lowest polling candidate, and their votes were shared amongst the others. In the second round, Margaret Gallagher polled 77, Kerris Broad polled 88, and Emily Goddard polled 152. No candidate reached the quota in the second round, so Margaret Gallagher was eliminated as the lowest polling candidate, and their votes were shared amongst the others. In the third and final round, Kerris Broad polled 108 and Emily Goddard polled 182. So congratulations to Emily, who is duly elected as the Students with Disabilities Officer Lampeter. The last set of elections to announce are the full-time sabbatical positions. These have been hotly contested this year, as always. Before declaring the results, can I please ask that everyone appreciates the efforts and energy that each candidate has put into the elections, and make sure that all candidates are shown due respect, win or lose. Thank you. In the Carmarthen campus officer election, there were 3 candidates. There were 672 valid votes, making the quota for election 337. In the first round, reopened nominations polled 29, Gwyndaf Lewis polled 157, and Gwyneth Sweetman polled 486. Congratulations to Gwyneth, who is duly elected as the Carmarthen campus officer. In the Swansea campus officer election, there were 3 candidates. There were 641 valid votes, making the quota for election 321. In the first round, reopen nominations polled 30, Eve Wolstenholme polled 231, and Joe Edwards polled 380. Congratulations to Joe, who is duly elected as Swansea campus officer. In the Lampeter campus officer election, there were 4 candidates. There were 488 valid votes, making the quota for election 245. In the first round, reopen nominations polled 29, William McLean-Smith polled 114, Gemma Russell polled 129, and Rebecca Bamsey polled 216. No candidate reached the quota in the first round, so reopen nominations was eliminated as the lowest polling candidate, and their votes were shared amongst the others. In the second round, William McLean-Smith polled 117, Gemma Russell polled 132, and Rebecca Bamsey polled 220. No candidate reached the quota in the second round, so William was eliminated as the lowest polling candidate, and their votes were shared amongst the others. In the third and final round, Gemma Russell polled 158 and Rebecca Bamsey polled 260. Congratulations to Rebecca, who is duly elected as Lampeter campus officer. In the Students' Union President election, there were 4 candidates. There were 885 valid votes, making the quota for election 443. In the first round, reopen nominations polled 26, Toby Lewis polled 227, Lydia Watson polled 232, Dan Robotham polled 400. No candidate reached the quota in the first round, so reopen nominations was eliminated as the lowest polling candidate, and their votes were shared amongst the others. In the second round, Toby Lewis polled 235, Lydia Watson polled 237, and Dan Robotham polled 403. No candidate reached the quota in the second round, so Toby Lewis was eliminated as the lowest polling candidate, and their votes were shared amongst the others. In the third and final round, Lydia Watson polled 341 and Dan Robotham polled 472. Congratulations to Dan, who is duly elected as SU President. I just want to say a quick congratulations again to all of the elected candidates, and thanks to everybody who made this an energetic and record-breaking election. Thank you very much.